Welcome back to Wall Again, where passion meets music, and in this video I'm going to be running through the letter A in my CD collection. So let's jump straight in here. AC/DC. They are the band that usually starts most album collections, certainly if you're into rock music. So I'm just going to run through what I have here. I have the AC/DC High Voltage album, which was a compilation album of two albums that were released in Australia, and they were combined together for this 9-song compilation for release in the UK and Europe, and it was released in 1976. This is a remaster from 1994. It was the first AC/DC CD I ever bought back in the day, and it's pretty cool. Really like it. This one here is Let There Be Rock, of course, the classic from, what was it, 1977? Yeah, this is a 2003 remaster. This is a great album. It's got Let There Be Rock, of course, Problem Child, Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be, Whole Lot of Rosie. Absolutely classic AC/DC on this one. Next one on my list here is Powerage, which again is another fantastic album. This is 1978, so they were really banging the albums out in the 1970s. This one's a great album. It's got Rock and Roll Damnation, Down Payment Blues, Give Me a Bullet, Riff Raff, Sin City, What's Next to the Moon, Gone Shooting, Up to My Neck and You, Kicked in the Teeth. Fantastic album, absolutely brilliant AC/DC. Now we're into the heavyweights. We've got Highway to Hell from 1979. I got this actually when I was in the UK many years ago. It's got Highway to Hell, it's got Shot Down in Flames, it's got Walk All Over You, it's got Night Prowler. If You Want Blood, You've Got It. A fantastic album, one of AC/DC's best albums, and the last one that they recorded with Bon Scott, of course. Then we move into the Brian Johnson era. So I've got Back in Black, which is my favourite AC/DC album. No skips on this whatsoever. Hell's Bells, Shoot the Thrill, Back in Black, You Shook Me All Night Long, Shake a Leg, Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Of course, produced by Mutt Lange, which Highway to Hell was as well, and Brian Johnson's first effort with the band, and absolutely fantastic. Knocks it out of the park, puts AC/DC right back on the map. The next one I have in my collection, I skipped a lot of the Brian Johnson from the 80s albums, but I have the Razor's Edge from 1991, I believe. 1990. And this is again a 2003 remaster. Of course, this one was produced by Bruce Fairbairn, and he does a fantastic job on it. Pre-production on this one was actually carried out in Wimble Lane Studios in Dublin. A lot of people don't know that. And then the band moved over to Little Mountain Studios in Vancouver to record the full album. But yeah, the highlights on this one: Thunderstruck, Fire Guns, Money Talks, The Razor's Edge. Absolutely brilliant. Are You Ready is a great song as well. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant song. And AC/DC were back in business with this one. Then again, they had a few albums in the 1990s that were, hit and miss. Ball Breaker and then Stiff Upper Lip in 2001. And then they came back after a hiatus with this absolute classic, Black Ice, in 2008. And yeah, of course, a big world tour on the back of this one. And that was the first time I ever caught AC/DC live, was in support of this album. Kind of hard to read here because it's kind of in a grey on a black, but Rock and Roll Train is brilliant. Big Jack is brilliant. Anything Goes. Spoiling for a Fight. She Likes Rock and Roll Dream. Black Ice as well. This one was produced by Brendan O'Brien, no doubt, of course, from Pearl Jam fame, Rage Against the Machine. An absolutely brilliant producer. But yeah, he produced this one, and I love it. Black Ice from AC/DC. So that's AC/DC. We put them back. I've got a couple of odd ones here. So I've got Bryan Adams' Reckless, which I think is an amazing album. One of the best rock albums of the 1980s. Definitely go check that out if you haven't heard it before. Produced by Bob Clearmountain. What have we got on this? She's Only Happy When She's Dancing, Run to You, Heaven, Summer 69, It's Only Love. I mean, it's just absolutely classic from start to finish. A brilliant rock album. Also have the best of Bryan Adams here. And I have a Ryan Adams, not to be confused with Brian. Ryan Adams album. What was this one? Gold. Yeah, that was a huge album when I was young. So I thought actually for €2 had to pick it up. Okay, we're moving on now to Aerosmith. So quite a lot of Aerosmith albums, just like AC/DC. Aerosmith are a staple of anyone's rock collection out there. So we'll go through here from the earliest. So I have their debut album, which is very raw and gritty and a good start, very Led Zeppelin sounding. It's got Dream On, it's got Mama Kin, it's got Walking the Dog. Great start for Aerosmith on this one. What year was that? 1973. Hard to believe they're around that long. And then they really get up and running on this one, Get Your Wings. So this one was in 1974, I believe, was it? Yeah. Same old song and dance, spaced. Train Kept a Rolling, Seasons of Wither, should I say. A great album, Get Your Wings. And then we have this absolute classic, Toys in the Attic, 1975, I believe. And this one absolutely rocks. Toys in the Attic, Uncle Salty, Adam's Apple, Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, No More, No More, Round and Round. Absolutely brilliant. One of their best albums, one of the best albums in rock and roll. Rocks. Massive influence on bands like Nirvana. Kurt Cobain was a huge fan of this. Guns N' Roses, Slash was a huge fan of this. This album was released in 1976. Of course, one of those classic albums that were released in 1976. We've got Back in the Saddle, Last Child, Rats in the Cellar, Combination, Sick as a Dog, Nobody's Fault, Get the Leg Out, Licking the Promise, Home Tonight. Can't go wrong with Aerosmith rocks. Then a personal favourite of mine, which a lot of people don't actually like, but I love it, Draw the Line. This was the last album before Joe Perry left the band, so very significant album. Released in 1977. It's got Draw the Line, I Want to Know Why, Critical Mass, Get Up, Bright Life Fright, Kings and Queens, Hand That Feeds, Sight for Sore Eyes, Milk Cow Blues. Just a really, really brilliant, down and dirty rock and roll, hard rock album. The next one then, so I'm a big fan of the early Aerosmith era, but the later Aerosmith era in the 80s, I could take or leave. So instead of buying all the albums, I can name them out for you here. So we've got Permanent Vacation, we've got Pump, they're all on the back here. So Permanent Vacation, Pump, Get a Grip, and A Little South of Sanity. So I just decided to get the best of that era, the Geffen era in the 1980s. And to be honest, I think this will serve me perfectly well, and it has served me perfectly well over the years. So this album here has, it's a compilation, so it's got Walk on Water, Love in an Elevator, Ragdoll, Dude Looks Like a Lady, Janie's Got a Gun, Crying, Amazing, Blind Man, Juices Are Wild, The Other Side, Crazy, Living on the Edge, Angel. So everything that you'd need from that 80s era, pretty much there. And then I picked this one up, not really knowing what it was. So this was released in, what year? 2004. Yeah, I think I actually picked this one up when it came out, and I didn't know what it was, but it's a covers album. It's Aerosmith doing covers, like Baby Please Don't Go, The Grind, Stop Messing Around, Fleetwood Mac, all that type of stuff there, blues covers. It's fine, it's not a bad album, but again, it's covers, it's not really Aerosmith original material, so I could take or leave it. Okay, I have a bunch of CDs here from different bands, so I'll just pull them down. We'll run through them all fairly quickly. Okay, quite a few here. Now, there's a lot of bands in rock and roll with the letter A. So we've got Airborne. Actually met these guys a couple of years ago at a gig in Dublin and got the guys to sign my CD sleeve, so that was a stroke of good luck. I've 2 albums by them, the first 2 albums, and then I kind of drifted away from them. Next, I've one of my favourite grunge bands of all time, if not my favourite. We have Alice in Chains and the amazing Dirt. Absolutely love this album. It's fantastic. And then I have a box set of Alice in Chains, which includes the 2 EPs and the Unplugged album. So there you go. That was great. I think that was only like a tenner. So can't go wrong with that. And then we're into Alterbridge. I'm wearing an Alterbridge top, but there's the Alterbridge debut album. I love this one. I love Blackbird. And then after that, their albums can be kind of hit and miss for me. A band from the north, as we say, The Answer. So they're a great band from just outside Belfast up in the north. The Rise was their first album. Their second album, Everyday Demons, actually bought that down in Cork. And their third album, Revival. See the price back in the day for new albums. It's back to that price now, actually. But yeah, $13.99 for a new album. And all those albums are double albums. They've got bonus material on a second disc, live material, B-sides, stuff like that, covers. So great to have all that, and fair play to The Answer for doing that. But I kind of stopped listening to The Answer then and stopped buying their new records at that point in time after the third album. I've this one here from Arctic Monkeys. That's a debut album. Not my favourite album by the band. I have to get round and get Humbug, Suck It and See and AM. I think they're amazing albums. What else have I got here? I have another band from the north, Ash. I have their album Free All Angels. Of course, they have another classic album called 1977, which I'm on the lookout for. But this one has loads of hits like Walking Barefoot, Shining Light, Burn Baby Burn, Candy, Cherry Bomb, Submission, Sometimes, There's a Star. Brilliant. Great band back in the day. Next I have American heavy metal band from Los Angeles, Avenged Sevenfold. So these are a band that I used to like. Don't listen to them a whole lot these days. This one's called City of Evil. I think this band are kind of forgotten now, this day and age. This was their big mainstream hit here, just called Avenged Sevenfold, self-titled album. It's got Scream, Afterlife, Dear God. Yeah, very good album, to be fair to the band. And then this one was Nightmare. This one was released after their drummer passed away in 2010. Mike Portnoy, I believe, does the drums on this one. And it's a great album. It's actually a really, really good album. And then I have Audioslave, their debut album. They released 3 albums in total. I only got the first one. So, of course, this was a super group made up of Chris Cornell of Soundgarden. And then from Rage Against the Machine, there was Tim Comerford, Brad Wilk, and Tom Morello. And this one has Cochise, What You Are, I Am the Highway. It's an absolutely brilliant, Like a Stone is another brilliant song on this. Absolutely brilliant album. Of course, produced by Rick Rubin. And yeah, I love that one. Absolutely class. What year was that? 2002. Yeah, so there you go. That's all my albums from the letter A, from bands with the letter A in my collection. Let me know what you have in your collection that I don't have, or if you have any albums that I do have, please let me know. Tell me what you think I should get. If there's any bands beginning with the letter A that I don't have in my collection and you think I should get them, please send it on to the comments down below. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, and if you could also subscribe. And if I get enough views on this one, I will continue going through all the letters of the alphabet through my whole collection. So if you could give me some likes and some comments on this, I would greatly appreciate it, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.